So, welcome to everybody. My talk today is about the intensive prefix kʌp in Rumai Palaung. So, please change. So, the contents are first something about the language background, then the Rumai verbal affixes, semantic and syntactic priority of the Rumai verbs, then about kʌp, its origin, general features, negation and kʌp, kʌp and the irrealis prefix nang, and then the conclusions. So please go on. So Rumai is mainly spoken in northern Shan state in Myanmar. You see the approximate distribution on the map on the right-hand side. It is also spoken in the smart part of Mandalay region and in China in the Yunnan province. The population is about 160,000. Rumai is prevalent verb medial, but subordinate clauses are mainly verb initial, and there are multiverbal predicates. So please go on. So this table shows a summary of the Rumai verbal affixes. We have spectral affixes, modality, negation, and reciprocal affixes. And kʌp belongs to the domain, to the modality domain. And kʌp is probably derived from a verb with the meaning tight in Rumai. I have also marked here nang, the irrealis, and the negative affixes bu, au, and ma. These four affixes are the only ones that occur in the corpus together with kʌp. So please go on. So first, when I saw this morpheme, I didn't know whether it is a preverbal secondary verb or whether it is an affix. Here, the fact is that every verb in a clause can have semantic priority and or syntactic priority. In the table, you see that the main verbs have always the semantic priority. But if there is a preverbal secondary verb, this secondary verb has syntactic priority. If there is none, the main verb has syntactic priority. And syntactic priority means the verb takes all the verbal affixes. In example 1, you see the secondary verb lo, it precedes the main verb believe, nyam, and lo has the negative affixes au and ma. So this would be the same for kʌp if this would be a secondary verb, a preverbal one. But as you see in example 2, with au, kʌp, me, ma, the negative affixes attached to the whole verb. That means ma follows the main verb. And if kʌp would be a secondary verb, a preverbal one, you would have, as it is in orange below, au, kʌp, ma, and then me, the main verb. But as you see, this is not possible. So it is clear that kʌp is an affix, a verbal affix. So please on. So the origin of kʌp is probably that that's a loan from Shan. Shan kʌp, tight, not loose. But kʌp, Shan kʌp is not used as an intensifier in Shan. But in Burmese, we have a morpheme with a similar function. This is ʔəti. In example 3 and 4, this is from a questionary translated. from Burmese into Rumai, and 4 is the Burmese sentence from the questionnaire. And you see in Rumai we have au gap dang ma, is not very big, and in Burmese we have ʔəti by force, this intensifier that is comparable to Rumai kʌp. So then please change. Then, so general features of kʌp are, I have around 2,500 sentences in my corpus of Rumai, but only 63 sentences contain kʌp. So it is not very much. And then also kʌp is mentioned in the Rumai Palaung dictionary as a verb with the meaning tight, tighten for Rumai. It is not used as a main verb in the Rumai corpus. Kʌp is used in independent and independent clauses. It is used with active and stative verbs. And it is obviously more often used in spoken than in written language. There may also be dialectal differences in the use of kʌp. So please, thanks. So here are 2 examples of independent clauses. Example 5 contains an active verb with look for. I was searching the whole day. And example 6 contains a stative verb. The mother dressed her daughter beautifully. It is intensified. She, nice. We could also translate here, the mother dressed her daughter very beautifully, or something like that. So please. Then independent clauses. Example 7 is a verb initial dependent clause, a temporal one. Here we have okay, the sentence was then she has been low on money. This is from a questionnaire. We could also translate here from this sentence, not much money was left anymore for her. And then example 8 is a verb medial dependent clause. Conditional clauses are always verb medial. So if you're really afraid of being alone in the dark, could translate. So please. Then I found some additional features there. In the questionnaires, there are some English consensive clauses. In Rumai, there seems not to be a consensive conjunction, but these English consensive clauses are very often translated by kʌp on the verb, like in 9, although I have been here for 3 weeks. And in example 10, although I had learned. So in 9, we could translate, I have been here already for 3 weeks. And in 10, we could also translate, I had learned intensively, but with that, nevertheless, did not pass the exam. So, and then some sentences were translated from Burmese, containing in the Burmese sentence the nusit marker B. Nusit is nusit marks an event that takes place after a change. So, and interestingly, some of the consultants that translated the sentences used, like in 11, for this sentence, now this man is dead, they used kʌp and not high, the nusit marker in Rumai, even if the nusit marker was used in Burmese. So 11 and 12 are translated from the same sentence. Some speakers use kʌp for this, and others use the music marker, the Rumai music marker high. Then negation. We have the 3 negative affixes, bu, au, and ma. And in the table you can see bu is used in independent and independent clauses, but au and ma only occur in independent clauses. Yeah, please. Yes, thank you. Then in Rumai we have a test person cycle. We can say bu was first the negation marker, then in independent clauses ma was added for reinforcement of negation. Then we had also now we have also a simple ma for negation, so it may also be effective negator on it of its own. So in Rumai now, dependent clauses are on stage 1 and independent clauses are on stage 3. Stage 4 and 5 may occur later. And yeah, that's fine. So here kʌp and the prefix bu we have in 13 and 14. Both we have kʌp bu me in 13. You don't really have a way to get free, and in 14 we don't really if we don't really use our brain. So 13 is a main clause and 14 is a subordinate clause. And important is here we have here the order kʌp bu verb. Okay, and then here in Rumai there is a construction, and this is bu verb ma. And this construction means not anymore. If we insert kʌp, then we have not really anymore. But here, in 15 this is a normal sentence. He won't come anymore without kʌp, and in 16 we have kʌp. But interestingly here, bu precedes kʌp, and not like the preceding examples where we had kʌp bu. I suppose that is because these constructions was introduced into Rumai after bu and probably after kʌp was introduced. So then bu was simply added before kʌp. Okay. Yeah. Then kʌp occurs also with the negative prefix au and the suffix ma. In 17 we have au kʌp dich ma. Doesn't hardly ever reads. Here we have au and ma and kʌp. In 18 we have only au, the negative prefix, kʌp lo. We don't need to think about that a lot. And in 19 we have kʌp na and only ma. So this is everything of this is possible. So this is a summary of the possible development. I suppose we have the present orders of kʌp bu verb. We have au kʌp verb ma, and we have bu kʌp verb ma. This means not really anymore. So I suppose bu was the first one, the first simple negator. Then kʌp was introduced. So this gives the first order kʌp bu verb. Then probably au was introduced after kʌp, so we have au kʌp verb. And then the last one was the construction bu kʌp ma. So bu is precedes kʌp here. So that is my supposition of this. So then the only other verbal prefix that occurs with kʌp, except of the negative affixes, is none. However, I have only 4 examples, and it is not really clear. In 20, we have kʌp nang mo by next Monday, and in 21, we have nang kʌp pleu to destroy us. But you see the order is different, kʌp nang mo or nang kʌp pleu. But it is not clear why this is like that, because there are only so few examples here. So yeah, then the conclusions. Kʌp is a verbal prefix of the modality domain. It behaves syntactically like the other verbal affixes. That means it attaches to the syntactic primary verb. It is probably a loan from Shan, but the function is from Burmese. It occurs rather rarely. Only 63 out of 2,500 sentences contain kʌp. It is predominantly used in spoken language. There may be dialectal differences in use. It is used with all the negative affixes and the irrealis prefix nang, but yeah, more research is needed. So thank you. And the last slide is simply the references and some remarks to the labels of the examples. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rakel. That was very good. We have any questions or comments? If not, I might start. So I was really quite struck with the way that, from what I could tell, it looked like every translation you could use the English word really.
Yeah, really, yeah.
Even that one where you had the new situation, you know, he's really dead, right? It struck me that even in English you can say something like that. So that was quite remarkable, I thought.
If I had only for me the Rumai sentence with the Newsit marker, I think I would not translate it with really. I could, but I think I wouldn't. I think then I would translate he's dead now.
Yeah.
I could, but I think I wouldn't primarily.
But when it comes to the event of death, that implies a new situation, and yeah, using the emphatic like really dead is emphasizing the finality and thus the new situation.
Yeah.
That anyway, that was my intuitive response to that. So I really think that the glossing as really captures quite well, at least in terms of English semantics.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have any? I don't see any chat. Any comments, questions? Okay, we have from Matthias, could the order of the negative be Burmese influenced?
Yeah, I'm talking about the kʌp bu thing, where you claim the different, the chronology of the introduction of the negative elements, right? Yes, this slide.
Yeah.
That is the kʌp bu verb. You said that the the function of this kʌp is Burmese influenced, or is like it corresponds to the Burmese ʔəti.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now in Burmese, the order of this ʔəti or any intensifier would be before the negation, but semantically, the negation negates the intensifier. So if you say very not good, doesn't mean very bad, but not very good.
Yeah.
So it's the order that doesn't really match the semantics in Burmese. So the question would be, do you have instances of this in other cases in Rumai, where you have the negator not where you would expect it semantically, like in Burmese?
Actually, I don't know, but I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't really know. I have a list somewhere, but I couldn't find it.
Okay, that's fine. That's just fine because it looks very Burmese.
Actually, as I remember, but I can check this. That is a good question.
Thank you.
Because actually in Rumai also it's also not the translation. The translation would also not be very bad, but not very good.
So you negate the intensifier.
Yeah.
You negate the intensifier, but syntactically you negate the verb.
Yeah. Actually, when I saw these different orders of bu and kʌp, first I thought that may be the difference between them. But then I saw that always when bu precedes kʌp, we have the suffix ma, and bu ma is not anymore. So I suppose, that is the reason.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So there's a note in the chat from Lynette Gale, for the next study, please show us some lexical comparison of Rumai with related AA languages. I wonder if it has some specific idea in mind.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, of course, I can do that if it. Or if you, Lynette Gale, have interest, you can write to me and ask what you would like to know.
Okay, are there any other questions or comments at this point? We're at the end of our scheduled time, so I think it's appropriate if we now thank Rakel for her presentation, and we conclude for